Are you thinking about buying or selling a home this summer? Are you curious of where home prices have been and where are they likely to go? What's been going on with the stock market and current interest rates? We're going to be going over all of this in our monthly market update. And so let's dive right into the stats of the Bay Area real estate market. So let's take a look at Santa Clara County for single family homes, condos, and townhomes. You can see we have closed at the end of May at a median of this blended at $1.7 million. Now, this is pretty much what I forecasted, which was, quite frankly, the beginning parts of May was a very hot time because those were closing from April. But you can see the numbers have been pretty leveled off in the county of Santa Clara. Now, what do I expect moving forward? I expect June numbers probably to be either similar to this, if not a slight decline. That's pretty common to see. So the good news for a lot of people is that if you look at what has sold in the last April and May, you will likely be able to find success of a similar type of home moving forward as we enter into summertime, right? So this is the stats when it comes to single family condos and townhomes, when it comes to the median sales price. Now, a lot of people also ask me, Spencer, I just can't find a whole lot of homes. What does the number of new listings look like? I want to give you this. I want to show you this. So here's the number of new listings. And let's compare April of May so far 2024 versus what we have experienced before. Take a look at this sizable gains from last year, right? April was up significantly, over 620 new listings more than last April. It was a little bit lower than the previous April, but take a look at the May figures. The May figures has over 2,035 homes that came on, significantly higher than what we saw last year, but even higher than what we saw in 2022, and very close to 2021 numbers. So the key is this: home prices have increased a good amount, as you can see, from March, April, and May. Now, the key is, are you looking in the right areas? Because there is no shortage of homes that are coming on the market each and every week right now. And so I suspect that to be the same moving forward. You can take a look at the historically in June time. June usually has a little bit less. You can see from May 2022, a little bit less. Same if even last year. So expect a little bit less when you see in May. But May was a huge month in terms of amount of new listings and amount of activity. So just be mindful of that. If you're not finding at least 4 homes to go take a look at every single week, you may want to expand your parameters, even look further away, look for a smaller home, increase the budget. Some things have to give for you to give a better shot of finding your next place and your next move. Now the question is this happening across the board for most places? Let's take a look at other counties in terms of median sales price. So we saw before Santa Clara County. These are the numbers. Let's take a look at some of the other counties. Let's take a look at San Mateo County. We'll have a blend of single-family condos and townhomes. You can see, take a look at this. San Mateo County has done very, very well in May. 1.85 now. There was a good period, as you saw, that homes in Santa Clara County were actually doing better than San Mateo County, but not at this moment. You can see the median is at $1.85 million for San Mateo County. Let's take a look at what's been going on in San Francisco. Has San Francisco got any better? San Francisco itself, you can see it's been as flat as it can be. How incredible are these numbers, right? You really can't even make this up. It literally has been hovering at $1.4 million for many, many months, including even many parts of last year. So just something to be mindful of San Francisco. Let's take a look at Alameda County. What has been going on with Alameda County when it comes to properties? Alameda County has continued to rise, right? It's continued to do well. May 2024, 1.25, $25,000 or 2% higher than what it was in April. Now let's take a look at Contra Costa County. How does it compare to Contra Costa County? Because Contra Costa County also has done well, right? You can see it's still also a small increase over the previous April. But you can see for the most part, outside of San Mateo County, most of the places have been relatively leveled off. You're not seeing these kind of big gains that you saw in the beginning part of the year. Now, as I mentioned, June, July, the market is a little bit less in terms of like volume, but also in terms of prices. So if you've been looking, stay committed to it. but you may have to make those adjustments. You're going to see a little bit less listings, maybe about 5% less than what you have seen in May. So if you haven't had much success in May, let's sync up. I'd love to go over where are the best options to really consider so that way you can keep moving on with your goals. Right now, things are still selling very quickly though. So let's just get a look at the medium sales time. So if you look at Contra County, most places will be the same. You can see blended, right? There's a single family condo in the townhome. The days to sell is median 10 days. If you look at places like Santa Clara County, you'll see something a little bit less, 8 days. It's been pretty consistent. It doesn't get much faster than this. You don't have too much to be concerned about, but you can also see that typically within one weekend, they will, on average, have a deadline and then they will accept an offer. Take a look at San Mateo County, 9 days. The last one I'll point out is San Francisco. So you can see, is San Francisco longer? And the answer should be yes, because condos is significantly longer than single family. So you can see out of all the counties, even in San Francisco, the median time is only 16 days. Now, generally, because of how the markets work, a lot of it can be somewhat predicted in terms of the future. So if you take a look at the stock market, right, the stock market this month has increased roughly about 3%. So that's been the general figures of the S&P. Hasn't been like roared up, but it has been relatively consistent still. And when you take a look at the mortgage rates, even from the beginning of May, you can see that the mortgage rates are down by about 0.2%. So it has helped more buyers be able to afford more, but also psychologically. But it's been floating around this number. Now, fortunately, if you work with some of my lenders, you can get rates lower than this. Right now, I'm seeing rates for a 30-year fix with good credit between about 6.5 to 6.75. So you will be able to get better than what the average mortgage rates are, but this will be able to help you understand what your options are and how you want to plan moving forward. So if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, my team has helped over 250 people in the last 5 years. So we can certainly help you with your goals. We've helped a lot of people right now buy and sell because a lot of people have been waiting for a while. School is coming up. They're kind of growing out of their existing space. So a lot of people are making these moves. So we could come up with a solution to help you. Call or text us 408-547-4590, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.